Good morning, good morning, good morning. Let's get into this here. Sorry, I had some music playing. Let's put the Brain FM on though. Get some audio playing here. I think we're gonna go bullish. We just came down to the opening range gap here. Looking like we're gonna move bullish today. We got that opening range up higher that we're probably gonna reach to. Okay. But I'll be looking to take a trade on this account and then also the Top Step X accounts on my other screen. So we'll see how everything plays out. It just has to be A+. I gotta be in sync with order flow, everything fun like that, you know. But let's see. Let's see if it bounces off this 1 minute order block now. We have this 1 minute order block. Let's see if that bounces up to go to these relative equal highs and then possibly higher from there. So we go to the big three, trading down lower, lower, lower. 15 minutes, 5 minute here. So lower, lower, low, higher, low. So yeah, this bullish SMT makes sense and why it's moving higher. Like I said, I would expect this just to gravitate up now. So that'd be a nice play. I'm not taking it, but even though it looks like it's going to go in that direction. There we go, bullish order flow going up to those levels as expected. So I'll give it like a good reasoning on why price is doing that in just a minute here. So we trade it into this discount. Within here, we hit the new day opening gap. And over here as well, it's the new week opening gap. Down here, it's on the regular futures contract. So we bounced off that, and now we're moving up higher into the higher part of the range. So I'd like to see that just continue from there. We got our 830. We got our midnight. The 4 hour right here. Get the 4 hour for value gap there. We also have one right here. So I'd want to see the 4 hour close actually back up above this if we're going to really continue higher, which I think is possible. So we got a lot of 4 hour gaps here that we're playing off of. So I want to just be mindful of all of this. I know the screen can look kind of messy, but let's just get this off. Let's get that off the screen. We don't need that on there. So yeah. But if you look at the daily chart, does this look high probability? If you're just looking at the daily, does it look like it either wants to go higher or go lower? You got to keep asking yourself, what is price doing? You know, like, does this look high probability or not? And it's like, if you take a trade and you have a loss in this, how does that make you feel? If you already go into it knowing it's low probability, like there's no clear bullish sign of order flow here, bullish or bearish. Like it's hard to tell. 4 hour time frame. We're just in this range here. You know, they're all like in this range. Yes, we have SMT divergences on both sides, but which one is correct? You know, making a higher high here, making a lower high here, but we're also higher low here, lower low there. So there's bullish SMT. Overall, I am bullish because we've been in such a bullish trend. But is it gonna break out? It just looks like it's stalling now. You know what I mean? So we'll see. We'll see what happens. The market's kind of going sideways, and I wonder if we're gonna flip back around. But yeah, let's see. Let's see what we get here. We got these relative equal highs. We got this high up here we could reach to. We could pull back down. Bitcoin falling as expected. Bearish SMT at the highs here. So I would expect a pretty big sell-off within this area now. Probably all the way down to here. Below these lows. Below these lows. Be cool to see a big washout today. And if that's the case, I'm not looking at my portfolio. 4 hour for value gap. So yeah, the higher time frame narrative is what matters. We gotta... I'm gonna take this off because that's 50% of the order block. But this should be low. And we got to be high. So I want to pay attention to those because we have been respecting them, as you can tell. If we get up above that, that could be a bullish sign. We get back up above this to retest it. So where we are now, we have a BISI low here. Since we're here today, I'm just gonna leave this one in the way. So I want to see if that wants to offer support or not. Or if we break below it, offer some type of resistance. Let's see how it is in the lower time frames. Been hanging around that area. Close down below this 1 minute inverse. I wonder if we're gonna come take out the low now. Or internal low, I should say. We got the order block, get this internal low here. SMT divergence in this fair value gap. Overall bigger picture, I'd like the buy side that's sitting up here. No, that's not side by side. But we also have sell side down here. So we'll see how this all wants to play out. We get the 4-hour fair value gap that's still rejecting in this area. It's got a lot up here. So each trade's a mental capital point. Is the next trade worth that point? Tunnel vision, peace of mind. Just got to be in sync with that order flow. Where are we in the higher time frame? Is this a 50-50 market? I would say there's a lot higher probability for the buy, so I wouldn't say it's 50-50. We got rejection blocks. We just took out a swing low down here. We got relative equal highs if it really wants to start ripping up to there. We might see a the 1 hour closure and the 4 hour closure as well. That might actually be a good sign. For more movement. So opens, pulls back. Let's say it closes bullish in the next 15 minutes. So this 30 minutes actually looking pretty decent too. Nothing's clear to me yet, so I'm just gonna stay out. Stay here on the sidelines. Dollar ripping up, that's the real question here. No. Yeah, dollar's probably gonna reach to this high, maybe even higher. So we might actually fall on the other indices here. This might be selling off today. Just want to have both sides, you know, higher high, lower high, internal high taken, higher high. We got relative equal lows here. I would like the buys up to these relative equal highs, but if this SMT keeps giving us bearish signatures, then we might be working for that. Might be working for those lows. We already took out all these lows. Probably working for them again even more. There we go. Working towards that low after inversing up here. Got that internal buy side. Midnight open here, traded up higher, and we're coming down below it. Let's see this. We're down below the opening range again. So how's this opening range like start playing here on price? We have this gap that's still open up here though. So we gotta pay attention to that. Well, we got these equal lows here too. Yesterday's lows, PM lows. We got PM highs we haven't taken yet. It's looking like we're gonna start trading down. We'll see. Wow, this 1 hour wick is, well, this 1 hour candle is going crazy. She's on the move, bud. So now he's hit the higher time frame lows here. We got to really pay attention to what we start getting. So he's hit those higher time frame lows, and we're still higher here. So if we inverse this very fast with an inversion, I personally wouldn't be opposed to buying this if we get more SMT within here. It's just, I mean, it's fallen really fast. We hit this higher time frame PD array. I know we broke down below this NWOG, but you can tell after we broke down below the NWOG, we used it as resistance to keep going lower. Who knows? We might just keep going bearish here. A higher high here. Started shifting lower, left those equal highs there. Just moving lower. See all these relative equal lows here in ES. We haven't hit. probably going to reach towards these equal lows that are down here. I would say those are suspect. If that happens, we might reach down towards these lows here on NQ. I mean, I just don't take advantage of this move, and I mean, that's completely fine. I think this could have went either way when it was over here. To go to these relative equal highs, I'm not about to short when we got these equal highs up here. At the same time, we had bearish SMT really strong up here. So that was nice. Nice little movement down. But I didn't take anything. Nothing was clear to me. In our macro now, we want to see what happens now with price action. We're down at these lows now. Notice how we're making a lower low here, higher low there. We haven't hit that liquidity though that I was looking for here on ES. I want to mark that up so we have it. Mark up those lows. I want to see what we get down in this lower part of the range. Like, we're probably going to keep shorting. Like, we just inversed this 15 second, so we're probably going to short from this 15 second here. Moving so damn fast. Yeah, I'll be right back. I'm going to get more coffee. I'll be right back. Oh, we still have not hit that low yet. So I'm looking for that low there in ES. And we'll see where we can go from there. We still have yet to hit that low that we're looking for down here. Once you hit that low, I want to see where we can go from there. There's nothing really setting up for me. I was targeting I was saying we're probably going to short once we broke down below here. But never gave me a clean setup to take the trade, so I'm not going to try to risk it, you know. Still nothing on these lower time frames for me to want to get in. Maybe we get a pullback. So the thing is here, if we're going to get a fat continuation sell-off here, which is possible, I wouldn't mind seeing a pullback into this range and then selling back off down here. This rejection block that we had marked up before, down into here. But as you can tell, we're in this range. So it's literally bouncing back and forth. So we got to be careful how far down does this really want to go? Like, how much power does it have? You know what I mean? You could say there's signatures in price right now that we are moving in that direction, but we are already taking out internal lows in the other one. So there is a chance it could still just bounce and go higher. So we got bullish SMT now. But I need a lot more information before I want to get in. If it goes up here without me, then I could look for another accumulation to possibly go long. It depends on how price starts closing and looking. Like if we inverse this 5-minute. But if we get up in here and just consolidate and start shifting and we have equal lows down here with another target, then I'll short that. I mean, it really just depends on what price wants to tell me and the overall narrative on price. But I would say I'd want to see this low hit first here on ES before we do get that, before we do get a long setup. But if we leave these lows and we get a short setup using these breakers, then I would be interested in taking that short. Because look at us, we're ripping up here on the dollar right now. We get a nice volume imbalance up here. So these markets are kind of in sync right now with what this is telling us. So we could rip up to here and then consolidate some more, but we'll see. We'll see. Ain't got no crystal ball, but where's it drawing to? Dollar looks like it's gonna die off. Stocks go higher. Oh yeah, we're moving down now, baby. A 15-second inversion there. We closed it over here. Started moving lower, and a lower low. We're leaving these equal lows here, so we'll see. Does it trade to them, or does it just go back up into here and then we fall back down after? I don't know. Looks like we're reaching for those lows right now. An end walk down here. So they're all making that lower low now, so that's not a good sign for a reversal. So that's actually a good sign for continuation. So if we're going to continue, where are we going to? Probably this low down here. And I'm probably not going to be in the trade. We're bouncing right on this end walk now. New week opening gap right here. Notice how we're rejecting that new week opening gap. We're playing out the new week opening gap right now. So if we get speed and displacement, so we hit these equal lows that I was looking for on ES. Okay. So the question is now, do we get speed and displacement out of here? We're in an NWOG as well, higher time frame PD array. We're not getting any SMT yet. If we get SMT and then we inverse, that fair value gap looks like shit though. 3-minute bearish SMT. We got a daily busy high here. We have not yet hit it. But it's just a PD array to keep in mind. We've not yet hit 50% of that order block yet either. So I want to pay attention to that order block we had there. That's pretty deep though. So let's see how this fair value gap plays out. There's no SMT. I mean, there might be on the 30-second, but this is being way too nimble trying to catch this shit here. Yeah, there's 30-second SMT. This looks like it might rip up. So I'd be paying attention to see if this is going to trade higher from here. Let's say we close it like right up in here. I would say we're going to rip up to right about here. You know? So from right here, see 2020 right here. I think that's possible. I'm not taking it because, like, I'm not going to take it on eval or anything. It's not the highest probability. Where is that? Right there. I'd say it's going to stay down below here. Yeah, this is terrible RR. Yeah, this is a terrible setup. This is paper account, guys. Let's get that off the screen. Just a mess. The only reason I was taking it is because this lower low on YM, the 30-second, and we inverse the 30-second here. We just tapped the fair value gap. It's probably going to trade up higher. Just based on my experience now, from what I've seen. But I'm going to stay out of it. I don't think it's the highest probability. We're already trading so low. I want to see another... I'd want to see another swing low down here. I mean, this could really go on a tear, though. If you really think about it. So this opening range here, but... I would expect stop loss on this one. Like I said, it's just paper account. I'm not even going to touch it on the eval. This one's like way too risky though. Really just sit back and relax and just really see how price is playing here. It's not looking the best. We got this fair value gap we're in this. I mean, we got this order block. I mean, PD arrays can be violated. Like, there's a lot of people short, a lot of stop losses here. There's not a lot of people long. I mean, it could go hit this. More people are going to go long, then we could go lower. You know, like, that's the reality of this right now. And yeah, so we hit the NWOG. We're down here. We close that inversion. I mean, it's probably going to rip up. But it's not A+ to me. Let's see. A high right there, suspect. So yeah, I gotta journal my emotions here. That's the beauty of like what I've been learning is like this fear mapping and the FOMO mapping. So I'm gonna add a new page. 3, 14, 24, 10 p.m. So yeah, there we go. We're ripping up right there. I'll take one contract off, close this. We'll see if this last one goes up or not. So that wasn't too bad of a move, honestly. Like I said, if we're gonna really buy, we're probably gonna get way back up here. I mean, this was kind of hard to read in my opinion. I'd rather just wait for something better. So yeah, now we broke this high. We're retesting this here. So yeah, I was just doing some journaling in my notebook. That's what I was just doing. But if we see a setup, we're just going to take advantage of it. I'm not seeing that yet. I know we have this fair value gap here that we just tapped down into, and now we're rejecting and going higher. We're still open on the paper here. But honestly, you know, I'm not seeing anything A+, you know. Is this fear? I'd say no. Is it me being too hesitant? I'd say no. Yeah, we're having SMT at these wicks now. But that's very, very nimble. you know, this setup here. I'm just not getting that type of movement I really want to see in the market when I take a buy like this. We hit that low, we're moving higher, makes sense. Making a lower low here. So lower low, higher low. So yeah, let's just go. Let's just keep going on the higher time frame. Yes, I'm human. I'm having FOMO just like anybody else, but like, where's the draw on liquidity? Is this market 50-50 or is it clearly one-sided? You know, where are we on the higher time frame? Do we have the bigger picture view? You know, so on the higher time frame, we traded to a low. We hit a discount. We bounced off an NWOG. Okay. On both indices. We have a huge draw on liquidity up higher. It's up within there. But we also had the possibility to trade down one more time to give us that better SMT that we like to see when we take bigger trades. So if we were to really rip up, I'd rather see like the better SMT down here, because they all made the same low, which was keeping me hesitant on this move. Let's see what we got here. Okay, so we're making a lower high there. I'm going to close this paper. I know we didn't hit the -1 yet, but we're making a lower high here. It can keep ripping up, but I'd rather see it rip up and give me something within here to discount into, to go long in, or if we flip around and go short. And like, yes, I missed this move, but I got to keep reaffirming myself using my injecting logics. When I miss a trade, it's okay. It wasn't clear at the moment. And then you can go to the higher time frame and verbally speak about what condition it was in, where's the draw on liquidity. And it was hard, in my opinion. I think we could have moved up to here, where it is now. But I also think we could have come down and gave us one more swing low before that buy. You know, like we didn't have clear SMT down here. They're all making the similar lows. So I just didn't take advantage of the trade setup. It wasn't clear to me. Just one more drive deeper, Bitcoin. One more deep drive. This wick. So I'm gonna keep monitoring what we're getting here on the indices. So we have rejection block here, here, and here. So I want to see if we come down to the rejection block and actually reject it and go higher, or if it just breaks down on through and continues to move lower. Because it really depends on how strong this starts to become. Like, does this really rip on up, or do we flip back around? The higher time frame narrative. I think it's very indecisive here. We're at the low, we could go long. We're in the middle of this range, we could go short. I don't really want to risk my account on something this stupid. Just because there's a pattern, you know? It's got to be clear. I see we got a fair value gap and we could reach higher to here. That's a possibility. But I think we could also poke that high one more time. Like this internal high and give SMT and then move lower too. I think that's a possibility as well. So it really just matters the execution, honestly. We rolled over to a new contract. Oh, we rolled over, didn't we? Son of a bitch. Bar chart. Futures, let's see. Oh yeah, NQM. Yeah. NQM should be the one moving higher. Duplicate. Oh, we do have an end log right here. Son of a bitch. ESM. All my markets are pretty gone. Damn. So yeah, I just noticed that there too. Let's go to barchart.com, look at the futures. You'll see it. June contract. Let's go. All right, guys. I want to watch this area now. I want to watch, see how we play off this area here. It's crazy now, man. Put this one on there. This one's a little bit more significant. So I want to see how we play off this fair value gap now. Those are making a lower low. Well, they're all making the lower low here. So I'm going to still stay out of this one. I want to keep monitoring what price does within here. Okay. Let's see. Missy high. Missy low. Yeah, it looks like it just wants to start rolling over. You go to these higher time frames. Lower high. Higher high. We could really just start rolling over, to be honest. This is still looking really bullish here. Keep monitoring how we're moving in here. We don't have any. We got bearish SMT here. Yeah, I mean, if we could inverse this 30-second, I wouldn't be opposed to seeing price rip down lower. Give me 1 second. All right, so we inverse that 30-second. Now we're retesting this. I would expect this just to trade lower now. It's about to be 10:30. So if we're going to be trading this here, I'm not taking this trade, but I would expect this to play out. We bounce out this NWOG here. I would say it's going to go lower from this area. I'm not taking it, but taking out a paper account. Because we do have this NWOG here. Obviously acted as resistance and started moving lower. So let's see if that still wants to start playing out here. I only took it on the paper because I still don't think it's the best trade setup in my opinion. Maybe if we get some SMT and then we get... Let's see if how this new 30-minute opens. If we get a retest into there, and we stay lower on one, we could use this breaker here. If you really look at ICT's model, it's all about going higher, shifting down, and using the breaker to go short, which it did. So now, same thing here. Within the fractal order flow, we have this high. We went higher, and then we come down below using this breaker to retest to keep going lower towards this draw on liquidity. So I want to pay attention. Does this higher time frame fractal really just start sending price down or not? So yeah, now that just got hit out, which is fine. It's just paper. I mean, I'm not really too worried about it at all. So, I want to see what happens now here. Like, does this give us a fair value gap to keep moving higher? Or does it actually end up inversing and coming lower or not? I also did not see an opportunity to go long in here, so I wasn't going to take a long in this. If I was a long, it would have been down here, but still, that didn't look that good either, because there was no SMT in the wicks. Notice how they all made that lower low? So now we're reaching up higher. We're extending into this area within here. I'm gonna find our midnight open. If we go long, I think we're gonna go up to here. I don't know if that's gonna happen or not. I prefer it to, but I don't know. No SMT, no entry. So 30-minute opened up. We instantly started trading into this 30-minute for value gap. 15-minute for value gap as well. If we close up above here on the 15-minute, I wouldn't mind seeing this get retested, possibly. So we give this a 15-minute fair value gap here. Do we have one that didn't hit it? No, they all hit that. We're all in the breaker, though. It was very bearish. I don't know, man. This looks like it might want to flip around and continue. Gun to my head, we're going bearish. Lower high. For value gap. If we get a more SMT up within here. I want to look for a short, dude. Okay, we got the new day opening gap right there. I want to see if we hit that new day opening gap. And then if we get another inversion within here, just have it consolidate for a little bit longer. I really don't think we're going to fucking go any higher. I think we're going to eventually get a sell-off within here, and I'll take advantage of the sell-off. Because I didn't get an opportunity for the buy, and I mean, that just sucks, but it happens. I'm also not going to get so hyper-focused that I get in and just wreck myself, you know? I wanted the market to be able to tell me when to get in, when to take the high, like, take the risk, you know? I'm not trying to really hurt myself. So if we go short, damn, 20 points is not a lot, dude. So we went higher on all of them. Five-minute closing bullish as fuck. Bullish volume imbalance. Yeah, I want to see this 15-minute does here. Okay, we're about to inverse this 30-second. We inverse this 30-second. Take a quick short on this one. Just a little scalp. Might get a stop loss, but it is what it is if I do. 20, 40, 60. We got 60 points in this one. Only risking 12 in that. I'd say it's worth it. Let's see if it plays out or not. Might hit me out. I mean, if it does, I mean, it's just so bullish, and I'll let it do what it has to do. I'll look for a better setup later, but I just took it based on a 30-second inversion chart. As you can tell, we inverse this 30-second. We're making a higher high. We hit the new week, well, the new day opening gap. So I was expecting that new day opening gap to act as resistance. So if we break down below this low, I want to close the trade. Okay, we broke down below this low, so I want to move that to break even now. So I'm moving this trade to break even because we broke down below that low on ES. And I want to see if this really wants to work down towards this low here. Which I'm fine with, just a break even on this one. So we're in profit, 175. So yeah, if this brings me to this end walk down here, we should be, because we only need 750 on this account. Yeah, we only need 750, so that'd bring me 61 points. So I believe it's like 250. per 20 points. So let's monitor this one as it plays out. It's no big deal. So we got SMT at these wicks now. That's a good sign for a continuation down. I just thought there was just the SMT we saw here. We hit the new day opening gap that was up there. I just thought this looked like it was worth the risk to short within the 30-second inversion. We might get a break even. I mean, that means I move stop too early, or it just wants to go higher. It is what it is. If it hits break even, or I could just move it up. I can move the stop right up above that, actually, that fair value gap there. Okay, so I'm looking at this area right here. Let's see if this wants to continue down now. We got this NWOG there. It can hit this NWOG and then bounce. Let's look at all three of these real quick. I'm not gonna get hyper focused on the chart. I'm gonna let it do what it has to do. 'Cause I can move my stop. I don't care about the monetary value of this. 3 points. Probably be like a $30 loss or whatever if it does hit. We'll see. We'll see how this one works. Alright, that's definitely going to stay break even now. So we have 375, that's it? 30 points? We'll see how far down this really wants to go, you know what I mean? Yeah, I thought this would be up way more than that. This micro suck. Say that. Probably gonna hit these internal lows and then bounce off it, I would say. So yeah, we're up let's say 400. So $400 is about 40 points, 45 points. So we need 90 points on this? I don't want to focus on the money, but man, that's ridiculous. So we'd have to get down there. I didn't think micros are that low. So yeah, now we got this NWOG there. So we just go back over to the chart. We got the NWOG we're playing off of right here. So it looks like it's going to use it as resistance to keep moving down lower. We do a 5-second time frame. You can kind of see how we just rejected that and moved lower here. And we're gonna looks like we're gonna continue down. So 425, 400 profit is 40 points. So 40. So we need double that. Give us the 800. So 40 would be 800. So we're like right around here for take profit. I think that's possible. I think we should stay down below this NWOG now. I'm going to let it play out. Once we break through this NWOG and we come to this low, I'm going to want to see if that wants to hold. Because I think we could really just rip on through down here. I'm just going to hold it. I'll be right back. I gotta go. All right, guys, I'm back. So we're watching this unwog to see if this still acts as a resistance. Looks like it's going to. 3 minutes about to close bearish, which is good. Want to see it close a little bit more bearish. I know this one's closing very bearish here on YM. Let's see how this continues to play out. 9-minute closing. I really like how that 15-minute just closed. It can come back up to that gap. Don't want to see it come back up much more, though. % of this wick will be back to break even. We'll see how this plays out. I mean, it could always come back to break even. I'm not really too worried about it. We just came back to the end wall and we're bouncing off of it. Got a rejection block up here. So I'm wondering, since we never hit this internal liquidity down here yet. We're not. I would have liked that to hit that high first. Get the bullish SMT at these wicks here, the lows. But we'll see how this starts to play out. You know, we're still accumulating in here, using the NWOG as a resistance level. So yeah, we're coming back up into this range. I wouldn't want to see it come much higher than this. Okay, we're hitting the rejection block right now. So we'd want to see that rejection block act as resistance to pull back. Last PD array in the way. I'd say 50% of this wick here. And that's where the stop loss is, right above that 50% of the wick. So I'd want to see all that hold on these higher time frames if we're going to still go bearish, which I think is possible. I don't think we need to be worried. Nothing to be worried about anyway, but I don't really care what happens. I followed my rules, followed my systems. I took a trade based on a 30-second inversion. So I'm happy about that. All right, guys, looking really good. Let's see. Let's see if it just continues now. 15-minute rejected there. Came back down below. Yeah, we still got that short-term low here. We want to see it continue. I would have liked to see... Ooh, yeah, I'm not really liking that rejection there. We'll see another minute. We'd like to see it just reject here and continue down. If it's going to continue the bearish order flow. Nobody got a crystal ball here, but we're just looking for a continuation down. Fully accepting the risks on this trade and just being patient, you know? Yeah, I'm not really liking this consolidation. It just kind of looks like shit. We're back into that area again. It's really just not giving... It's like going back and forth here. You know, it's not really giving great price action. It's not really giving us the SMT at these wicks here. We can come back into this area, and if it does, I'd be at break even. I mean, that is what it is. We're back above the end log. We might go higher up into here one more time. I don't really know. Just gotta be patient with this. Rejection block there in the 3 minutes. Using this order block here on this 3 minutes. We're trading lower now. We're making lower low, higher low here. So this could be an SMT that rejects and goes higher. So this would go back into this range, which would give us a break even. Or we just continue to reject this area and then keep moving lower. It really depends. We have yet to hit this low here on ES. Which if we do hit this low, it's possible that we do continue to possibly reverse and go back higher, giving us that SMT, but we'll see. It looks like we're about to hit that low there. So we're in our macro too, and I mean, it's just chopping. Chop City Beach, chop City Beach. Alright, I'll be back. Gotta get more coffee. So you notice how we just came down to that low here on ES, but we didn't break through it. Be a 6R if it hits. It's 4. Basically double where it is now. Let's see, like right around here is where I gotta hit TP. It's 11 o'clock in about 4 minutes. We'll see where that goes. I think we're bearish. We'll see how it gets when it gets down to this rejection block, though. It's going to be very iffy when we get down to these. Let's see if we get down to those. New 9-minute open. All right, we're moving to that low now on ES, so it's not looking the hottest because we could really inverse that. 2 minute. Go down a little. Ah, fuck. I don't want to see that 2 minute reject like that. I want to see it just continue down. There we go. I like that right in the beginning. Move up a little bit and we'll trade down. So we could come to this low and just trade there. We're up 500 on the day. I wouldn't want to see the NWOG come back to. I'd want to stay below that NWOG there. Let's see how far down we can go.
For unlimited listening, head over to brain.fm.
All right, I hear you. Unlimited listening, I get it. Yeah, we just hit this low. Bullish SMT here, so we might actually just reverse. 30-second here. About to inverse that. We're probably going to go long if we inverse that. Yeah, we just inversed over here. SMT, took it out short-term low. We're probably going to come to this high now. Son of a bitch. We'll just leave it at break even. Yeah, we never hit the rejection block, though. I'll say that. It's 11 o'clock. It's about to start. So how would you see this? If we're down below this NWOG, maybe tap the NWOG and then come down. That'd be nice, you know? Tap the NWOG and then come down to here. This is the 1 hour rejection block here. Yeah, just like that. We opened with a bullish volume balance though. And now we just start moving higher right away. We'll see how it plays out. This might just hit me out. I mean, it is what it is if it does. I just gotta realize it's just chopping now. Missed the buy earlier. Missed it all. Rejection block. This guy's such a good entry. Like, I want to take advantage of that entry there. Could come right back to it though. Hit the NWOG here again. Well, new day opening gap. Which it might at this point. Keep it at break even. Yeah, we're gonna hit out at break even. Looks like it will. Yeah, to get that low, like I was saying, we had that inversion on the 30-second. I was like, this thing's gonna rip up. Sucks, but it is what it is. Now we got this for value gap here. We'll see if this actually sends it down or not. I doubt it, but it's possible. Now we're just up so big and didn't close any of it. Man, oh man, this is so fucking stupid. That's crazy. I was expecting that to be bearish. It just left all those lows down there. Yeah, break even. That's so crazy. Yo, if this just drops right now after hitting my break even, I'm gonna cry a little. I really will, and I have a feeling it's gonna drop right now. It just inverses 30-second. I know we got these equal highs. We have SMT. We got a 1 minute volume imbalance. We're just rejecting there. Value gap. As bad as I want to enter this, I'm not going to. Because that's just revenge trading. It's not according to my plan. I'm a little bit angry about having that break even though. Yo, what's up? Yeah, I took a trade. Yeah, I shorted right here. And I was up. I was up like a 4.5 to 1. I was looking for this low down here. So it would be, this wasn't even on my funded, this is on my my other eval. I was like $700 away from passing. So like all I had to do was hit down here. So I was up like 500 bucks. And then it just comes right back and hits me at break even. Stupid. Yeah, dude, I don't even have CFDs anymore. I don't even look at those. I mean, I have S&P, but I don't even know why it's on there. Yeah, I just had a break even. I'm happy for it. It's all good. Stuck to my rules, stuck to my trading plan. So I mean, that's really all I care about. Man, I could have done a little bit better. Because, like, I know ES took the low and we stayed higher here. If it was a live account or I wasn't really trying to pass this other account, I probably would have just left, like, closed the trade here. At least half of the position to lock some in because of what we saw with the SMT. But I didn't. Yeah, this thing's probably going to melt now. Yeah, I could use this breaker here. Probably just going to tap it and just sell off here. I'm not taking the trade again because, like, I already missed out on it. Because, like, I don't know. I feel like I'm a little bit angry now and I don't want to, like, press a button if I'm angry. And it's still, I know it's my time frame to trade. It's in a macro. We have SMT here. We hit this higher time frame PD array. We got draws lower that we're probably going to reach towards. Like, I'm not going to trade. I'll take it on a paper. But I'm a little bit mad at the market right now, so I'm not trying to push myself here. Because I literally hit my break even. Like, entry here and exactly break even, and now it's just going to fall towards where I was going to take my profit. So, like, I'd say we're reaching down here. It really looks like we're going to. Now we're back down below the end log again, retesting the end log. Probably is going to drop right from here. Go to a 5-second chart. Hitting this for a value gap in the 5-second. It's likely to close back down into there. Let's look at this 5-second chart. Let's go to the paper. Just watching how this starts to play out here. All these relative equal lows. Let's see this shit. So we just inverse that 2-minute again. Man, it actually doesn't look too bad. So we came right back up and rejected the 50% of that 15-minute wick. Yeah, we're about to close right down below this again. Trying to see how we're getting this. Yeah, if this is clear, if it's A+, I'll take one more trade setup. Yeah, so basically, it's just chopping around right now. You go to the 5-minute, like, where's the draw on liquidity? It's hard for me to tell anymore. You know, we hit this end dog up here. We came back down below. So I was taking my trade based on that 30-second gap. We closed there. Stop loss here. Traded down below. Really looking for that expansion, but we didn't get it. And now, this might hit stop loss. It's just paper. I don't really care, and that's why I'm not trying to short this on my other account right now. So we'll see. Got a nice accumulation down here. 1, 2, 3. And we shifted higher. Coming back down on in. Now it's kind of hard for me. Like, do we want to rip this high again, or do we want to actually come rip these lows? I'd prefer these lows to be ripped, but it's just really staying in this range. And I don't know if I really want to be part of that. I'd rather just miss out and wait for something better, personally. Because, like, my macro just ended. It's now 11:11. So, it's outside of the macro time. But we'll see. We'll see what actually wants to play out here. I'll go bullish if this 15-minute closes up above here. Okay, we actually just hit this high here on dollar. Or we're just about to. We're in a volume imbalance in the dollar. So if we get up to this volume imbalance, we tap into it, we could get a pullback. So that would actually send price higher here. So I was also bearish on these earlier because I was bullish on the dollar. So if I'm bullish on the dollar, I'm bearish on these. So yeah. It's been a good day. I didn't lose any money. I also didn't make any. I was up 500, but it don't really matter. Had a lot of FOMO and missing out on this buy here, but I was able to journal and like catch my emotions and really write down how I was feeling. So I was expecting this to buy up here, but I didn't have all my confirmations. So I didn't have my SMT that I like to see. So that wasn't there, so I stayed out. So I'm thinking this is going to short at some point, but we'll see. We'll see. Dollar's got it's a little bit more room to push up in this volume imbalance. So this gap up in here. So we want to see it get up into that gap. Check 1 hour, create FVG, at least on CFD. I have to add some futures to see the same as you, but they're basically the same. Yeah. The futures are good for sure. 1 hour for value gap up here. I think that's what you mean. So we might tap that 1 hour for value gap and then start moving lower. So if we're watching all three of these in the 1 hour, we'd want to see at least one of them hit that gap. If we're going to go short, we want to see one of them hit the gap and then have a rejection, and then the other ones not hit it. Yeah, so like ES could hit it, or NQ could hit it, but this one, but YM stays lower from this gap. Then if we get a rejection in the lower time frame, we could short it. But if this one hits the high too, I'm not interested in shorting it because that's not what smart money usually does. So that just comes from experience and being able to see it a bunch of times. See, 30 minutes. At the same time, we might not hit it because we hit the new day opening gap on YM. I honestly wouldn't want to see YM come back up above this. Not YM, NQ. So we hit that high again. Are those equal highs? And we're pulling back. Lower high, higher high. Higher high. So that's pretty good. Yeah, it's out of my time for the trade anyway. So, I mean, at this point, you're just watching price. Ugh. Yeah, I'm not trading another one after the break even right now. So I'm staying out of here. Yeah, if you really want to look at this. So I took the short here, and when we hit this, we hit the low here. So we had a lower low here, but we had a higher low there, which this gave the indication. You can go back and watch the recording. Scroll back to this time. I went down to the 32nd, and I said, if we close this gap here and here, we're probably going to reach up to these highs, which we did. So that reached up to the highs and then hit my break even. I left the trade open because I'm trying to hold the trade. I'm not trying to guess every single move. I'm just trying to take advantage of a good setup and let it go to the take profit if it wants to go there or not. So now it's just going to chop around, it looks like. So morning session, it initially sold off and then it really just rose up. Didn't really give me a setup in here. Looking for the short. The short finally set up. And then it just consolidated. And there's not really anything. If you want to watch anything, you could watch If we get a 2 minute, close down below here. And then down below the end log. Something like this, maybe. Or if we just sell off, maybe something like this. Back up to these highs. Up into there. I don't know. Really depends. Yeah, but I gotta get going. I got business to take care of. All right, guys. Yeah, I'm gonna wrap it up here. I don't really care what happens now. So I'll be back tomorrow. Train tomorrow on live stream. I might trade PM session too, but I'm not gonna be live streaming it though. Yeah, take it easy, guys. Love y'all. Peace out.